I've always had like this strong kinship with hats, like ever since I was little. I remember like whenever I'd go on really exciting adventures, just spelunking or like going on expeditions on my own, like wearing my like favorite hat as like a thinking cap to kind of go on and like go on to my next adventure, I guess. Like a lot of the pictures that you see me in when I'm most happiest, I'm wearing a hat. I'm originally from Flushing, Queens, but I moved to Philly when I was like 6. So like my formative years were in Philadelphia, which was pretty gnarly and gritty. I lived in like the ghettos of Philly. I would hear like traffic nonstop 24 hours, like even during the nighttime, and people getting like beat up right in front of my like stoop. But I was addicted to like bike riding, so I would be bike riding like 7 hours a day, like within my 2 blocks, like back and forth religiously. I feel like it was like my way of kind of escaping from the ghettos of Philly. I remember too, like after, like the first time I learned how to ride my bike, there was this boy who was working for my parents. He was like 16 at the time. Actually got killed and mugged right in front of where I lived. And I remember like praying for his soul to be like brought to heaven. Mom actually owns a wig shop, but my parents have actually done so many different things like all throughout my life, so they're kind of my inspiration for like my hats and just like everything I do now even. I went to art school, Renown School Design, for art history and graphic design. Right now I'm making hats. I love sculpture and I love art and the fact that it's wearable sculpture. Like also working with uncharted territory in hat design. The people that really like comes to mind that I just absolutely adore is Salvador Dali. And as you can see, this hat is very much influenced by him. The melting clocks, painting the persistence of memory. I love how he's very stream of consciousness about his process of creating art. This glass hat, it's made from a vintage piece of glass that reminds me of like the coral reef. Little petite mask. It's in Korean. It's called tokebi, which is like it's from like Korean folklore of like these beasts that would kind of be hidden in the night. That would kind of be like mysterious supernatural spirits. My parents are both originally from Korea, and I still speak to them in Korean because I'm like a first-generation American growing up here. I feel like still very much tied to my like Korean roots, like Korean and American identities. Whatever you decide to wear or dress for the day, it's kind of like your armor or your uniform that kind of helps you get through the day. I remember like having to pick fights with my mom because she had a particular taste of like how she wanted to dress me and my brother, and me with like my princess like frilly dresses. But I feel like I was always like a tomboy. I think it's really important to be dedicated to whatever you do and like set your mind to it, because otherwise you can be all over the place, which I already am. Like I need to like set goals for myself, otherwise I'll be just like distracted, OCD, like about everything. As you get to know yourself better, it can tap into that like reservoir of like mythology that goes back into their roots. I think that's really
archetypal.
Yeah, it's part of your physics of quest, like your destiny, I think. I'm always bric-a-bracking pieces of and bits and pieces of people who've kind of influenced me in my life, especially my friends. Like I kind of pick up on their algorithms and things that I like from them, and it's all just like kind of hodgepodge together into like this massive quilt of me, I guess.